praying with pictures on your garment. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he stood up for prayer. قام رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم يصلي في خميصة ذات أعلام. So he was praying, and on his garment there was an a'lam. An a'lam is literally like a symbol or a sign or just a mark. So it's not necessarily a picture itself. So when the Prophet ﷺ finished, فَلَمَّا قَضَى صَلَاتُ, when he finished his prayer, he took the garment and he gave it to one of the companions, and he says, take this garment to Abi Jahm ibn Hudhayfa radiyallahu anh. So take it to this individual and tell him that I don't ever want to use it again in my salah. And then he mentions that the reason is, for verily it distracts me in my prayer. Verily it distracts me in my prayer. And then the Prophet ﷺ continues, and he requested a kasa'un ghalidhun la alama fi. He basically requested a garment or a cover that was thick and that there were no symbols or anything on it. So in other words, what's happening here? He wanted a plain garment to wear. Anas radiallahu anhu also mentions that the Aisha radiallahu anha, she used to have a particular curtain that would separate her home from her neighbor's house. And that curtain had an image on it. And then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told her to remove it, for verily it distracts me whilst I am praying. And one of the most interesting thing is that even Bukhari rahimahullah in his Sahih, he actually has a chapter that's titled the chapter for the one who prays with a garment that has pictures in it. Hal tafsudu salatuhu, is it going to nullify their prayer or not? And according to the majority of the ulama, the salah is still intact, but again it is incomplete or imperfect in terms of its reward. Praying with pictures is very, very disrespectful, not only to the people around you, but of course in front of Allah Azza wa Jal. How does a servant feel when he's standing in front of Allah and he's got like, the angry bird right on his t-shirt, right there? Or he's got like, a dolphin or something, or some kind of famous celebrity right there, and he's standing in front of Allah. And he's asking, oh Allah, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Oh Allah, put me upon the sirat al-mustaqim, the same sirat al-mustaqim that you gave to the people who came before me. But here I am with my Angry Bird t-shirt in front of you. It doesn't make any sense. It contradicts the whole focus of the salah itself. So of course, we want to make sure that we abstain from that. So finally, I just want to conclude, inshaAllah, by wrapping up this discussion of the pictures on the shirt. Once Imam Malik rahimahullah, he was asked about a ring that had a symbol on it. It just had a symbol. And the man who had the ring on, he said to Imam Malik, can I wear this and can I pray with it? And Imam Malik rahimahullah said to him, لا يلبس ولا يصلى به. Don't wear it and don't pray with it either. Now Imam Malik, one thing you have to understand about how Imam Malik derives his fatwa is you understand his circumstance and how Imam Malik built his madhab. And inshallah, maybe perhaps one of these days in the future, we can discuss a discussion of the chronicles of the Sharia or the history of the Sharia itself. And we can go through how each of the madhab developed and why each madhab is so different from the other, but at the same time they complement one another. But the point is, at the end of the day, it all goes back to one clear concept, which is the concept of distracting others around you. However, insha'Allah ta'ala, the salah is still intact.